ladies and gentlemen, we haven't even talked about, we talk about abortions and abortion clinics and how doctors like Kermit Gosnell killing babies in the black community. And not all people in the black community have never talked about this story, or even if they did know, they don't want to talk about it. And this important story needs to be discussed, because there are a lot of Kermit Gosnells out there who doing the same thing. They open up abortion clinics and killing innocent babies, late term babies. So this article comes from the Washington Examiner. And even though this article is old and it happened in October of last year, but people still don't want to talk about this issue. And you got a movie out, the actor Dean Cain, the same actor Dean Cain who plays Superman. Um, he plays other movies as well, and he himself says that the media had decided to black out the trailer of the movie about the Gosnell story. So Dr. Kermit Gosnell, for those of you who don't know who he is, he's the doctor that was responsible of killing innocent late-term black babies in West Philadelphia. And some people say that he's one of the most respected doctors in Philadelphia, but then and he really hid a dangerous but scary and gruesome secret, and that is he killing innocent late-term babies. And two women, and I'm going to start reading this article in a second, but two women has died in his care. And there's a lot of doctors, not just Kermit Gosnell, but other doctors like him, is still out there practice late-term abortions and killing innocent babies. So I'm going to go ahead and read this. And again, this is an old article, but still is irrelevant today. And I want people to really focus, especially here in the black community, that we as black people do not want to talk about this issue about abortions and with our own babies. And what you're about to hear in this article is going to be disturbing to some viewers. So, and this article again is coming from the Washington Examiner. And it says one of the top 10 movies openings last weekend has been met with media blackout. The film is gripping courtroom drama reminiscent of Law and Order SVU. Only this is a true story, and the special victims are the hundreds, if not thousands, of late-term babies that real-life Dr. Kermit Gosnell delivered alive and killed in his filthy abortion clinic in Philadelphia. The movie Gosnell, The Trial of America's Biggest Serial Killer, is maliciously documented and based on actual court transcripts in the grand jury's report. Mercifully, the screenwriters masterfully convey this grisly tale without actually showing any graphic or gory visuals. The movie close with dialogue, and I'm gonna wait till reaction, bring up more of this article. But you see where I'm coming from with this, right? We in the black community have never discussed any of this, because people think it's only happening in the white communities, that when people women want to go to having abortions done, trying to, get rid of the baby, and how the doctors treated this late-term babies. And sometimes women may change their mind in the last minute because of the way the doctors had treated how did they get rid of their babies. But then it would be, some would say the doctors would try to convince them, no, go through with this. But it's really sad, ladies and gentlemen, that, two black women, and I'm just going to continue reading this, but two black women lost their life because of Dr. Kermit Gosnell. And the thing of it is that all they're trying to do is they're trying to get rid of having an abortion and get rid of all the babies. But he is a monster, and he's a black doctor in practice in West Philadelphia. But he is a straight up monster that killing innocent babies. So I'm gonna continue this. It says that the movie Gosnell, The Trial of America's Biggest Serial Killer, is meticulously documented and based on actual court transcripts, the grand jury report mercifully, the screenwriters masterfully conveyed the grisly tale without actually showing any graphic or gory visuals. The movie closes with dialogue between the detective, played by Dean Cain, and the young reporter that seems to be a sharp challenge from the filmmakers to the media. And they say that don't ignore the story and others like it due to bias on abortion politics. Continue on. A similar bias allowed Gosnell to operate with impunity for 30 years, with virtually no inspections from the state health department. The grand jury report described Gosnell as a butcher of women, stating that he didn't just kill babies. Get this, guys. He was also a deadly threat to mothers. 2 women died at his hands, and countless others were gravely maimed, yet numerous complaints fell on deaf ears. These horrors were eventually discovered only by accident when the clinic was raided by the FBI and the DEA in a bust of Gosnell's illegal prescription drug ring. The agents were shocked to find little baby bodies scattered throughout in cabinets, in the basement, in a freezer, in jars and bags. It was a baby charnel house. I'm gonna stop you right there, and I'm gonna let reaction continue to bring up the article. So you see, this guy is a monster. He's killing innocent, not hundreds, but thousands of innocent late-term babies, black babies. And obviously, they waited until like years later to finally get this guy. So really, you basically allowed this man for 30 years now. You allowed this man to proceed his practice of killing innocent black babies. And it continues, says that the agency was shocked to find little baby bodies scattered throughout in cabinets, in the basement, in the freezer, in jars and bags. It was a baby charnel house. Were it not for this, Gosnell would still be serving women and snipping babies' spines at Women's Medical Society in West Philadelphia. That's the name of the excuse me excuse me. That's the name of the doctor's office where he practiced for abortion clinic. So it continues to say this, and again, like I said, that he ain't the only doctor that performed illegal practices when it comes to abortions. And it says, tragically, there are other Gosnell-type abortionists operating today with impunity. Much of which Gosnell did illegally is being done legally in other states that do not have Pennsylvania's 24-week abortion limit. Abortion doctors in Maryland and New Mexico openly advertise a late second and even third trimester abortion online. I'm going to stop you right there, and I'm going to still wait on, this article to come up. You see, ladies and gentlemen, the media don't want to talk about this. They don't want to talk about doctors out there that perform illegal or late-term abortion, and they have clinics, and basically they cut off baby body parts. And with the Gosnell, office, you feel that they found body parts, baby body parts in cabinets, freezers, etc. And why does the mainstream media even talk about this case? And it's so saddened that now it took, basically last year when the movie came out, it took that time, and again, the media, it had a media blackout, and they're not even showing the trailer of this movie that show how dangerous and how evil Gosnell is. So, and it continues to say that the ugly truth is mostly inexplicably ignored by the media. One such late-term abortion specialist is the notorious Leroy Carhart. Unlike Gosnell, Carhart was smart enough to evade scrutiny by moving his clinic from Nebraska to Maryland, which has no meaningful limits on third trimester abortions. Carhart was caught on tape explaining that he injects a poison called dignoxin into the baby's heart prior to inducing labor. So Carhart here put a poison into a baby's heart. And in other words, he putting some poisonous drug into a baby's heart, killing it. Which is, and you got doctors like him out there, and that's why I say people need to be very, very careful about having abortions, because you got evil guys like him out there. And I'm going to continue reading this. It says he waited a few days before the introduction so that the baby's body softens. He is playing like meat in a crock pot and can't be more easily delivered as long as the baby is killed inside the womb. It's a legal abortion. Gosnell learned that it's considered murder to do the exact same thing just inches away on the other side of the birth canal. And I'm going to continue reading this. It says, Carhart shuts down his clinic in Germantown, Maryland, after a woman who was 33 weeks pregnant died after an abortion at his clinic. He reopened a new clinic a few months later in Bethesda, Maryland, where there have been reports of 2 different medical waste companies quitting after seeing what they, and I'm just going to wait. I'm going to stop you right there because I'm going to wait for more article to come up. Oh, I'm sorry. There it is. It said where there have been reports of 2 different medical waste companies quitting after seeing what they were hired to haul away. In the investigation of Gosnell, he explained that the pileup of small bodies at his clinic was due to a dispute with his medical waste company. One wonders if there is a similar pileup in Carhart's 3rd trimester clinic, and if anyone at the Maryland Department of Health cares to inspect. There's one incident. Another story, this incident happened in New Mexico. It says there have been reports of gross negligence, uterine rupture, and the death of a 23-year-old woman in 2017 at Southwestern Women's Option run by Curtis Boyd. He advertises abortions both before and after 32 weeks of pregnancy. A congressional panel referred Boyd's clinic for criminal investigation in 2016, but it remains to be seen if that will be ignored. Another incident in Texas, the same congressional panel issued a criminal referral regarding allegations by 3 former employees at an Aaron Women's Clinic that abortion doctors Douglas Carpin routinely kill babies accidentally born alive in attempted abortions. These eyewitnesses describe various grisly methods and apparently documented. I'm gonna stop you right there and wait more article from reaction to come up. So you see, ladies and gentlemen, what you're seeing now, you've got doctors across this country doing the exact same thing that Gosnell's doing. And they're covering up, and the media has refused to even talk about this story, talk about this case. And remember, this article happened October of last year, of 2018, because of the movie coming out describing about Gosnell and how he basically killing thousands of babies, innocent babies, and hide them in cabinets, in refrigerators, or freezers, etc., etc. So you see, ladies and gentlemen, all these incidents that happen, it happened because of one man, Gosnell's. And obviously we have other stories that didn't want to talk about, and the mainstream media already basically want to cover this story up. Okay? So I'm going to go ahead and finish this. It said in Texas, the same congressional panel issued a criminal referral regarding allegations by 3 former employees at the Aaron Women's Clinic that abortion doctor Douglas Carpin routinely killed babies accidentally born alive in attempted abortions. These eyewitnesses described various grisly methods and apparently documented their accusations with photographs. It was a photograph of baby boy A taken by an employee in Gosnell's clinic that led to his conviction on murder charges. The moviegoer inspired actually seeing the photograph in the dramatic courtroom scene. One has to go to the website to view it. But while the jury could not ignore the humanity of this baby boy, whom Gosnell jokingly said was so big that he could walk me to the bus stop. The media did, and the media continued to ignore the humanity of these children by refusing to cover Gosnell-like stories or even to review this well-made top 10 movie. And that's the end of the article. Ladies and gentlemen, we in the black community need to talk about this more, because there's a lot of Gosnells out there that do the exact same thing and maybe worse. Killing innocent black babies, and 2 black women lost their lives under his care. And this is not hundreds of babies that he killed. It was thousands of babies that he killed. Even though he's in prison right now, still he should get the death penalty, because these are so many babies that were killed. And there's more women out there, that's been through with Gosnell, and they want to tell their stories but couldn't. I saw a documentary, I believe yesterday, about this story, and how 2 black women lost their lives, or 2 black women, of course, tell their stories. They didn't lost their lives, but they were still alive, but they tell a story that their babies lost their lives because of Gosnell. And people like them need to be prosecuted. But until the mainstream media put this issue on forefront about this case, people like Dr. Gosnell, Leroy Carhart, and others will continue to kill innocent babies. They're going to continue doing what they're doing unless the mainstream media or politicians put a stop to this. Let me know what you think. Like, click, subscribe, and remember to click the notification bell for all the news and commentary. With that being said, this is Lions Den signing off. Deuces.